let's rock the mic. My name is Tony and I like to play, so you better hear the words that I like to say. Oh yeah, you gotta quit today. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhythm. Drugs ain't good, it's gonna make you stupid. Talk to me, I really care. I help you out, so don't be scared. Go on a vacation, just relax. Tell Mom to just back up. Come on, baby, don't be scared. Talk to your folks, they really care. Believe in yourself. You can make the right decision. Come on, man. You could accomplish anything. Come on, man. Anything, I know. You can. Just do it. Yeah. Don't take drugs. Come on. That's right. What's the problem? Come on. Believe in yourself. Listen to this. Come on. We got here. We don't need that stuff. We don't. But still. I know. We don't need drugs to change our mind. Be God. Be God. Then get better. You're gonna do that stuff. Just step, but don't step in my way. Yes. Very good.
For a safe 4th of July, here's a message from the preventer.
Hey, check this out.
Every year, hundreds of people see their dreams go up in smoke as a result of illegal bottle rockets. When this shoots into the air, you don't know where it'll land. Maybe on someone's roof. That's what happened here. Explosives like these are against the law, too. Almost all of the serious injuries that happen every year come from illegal fireworks. Remember, if it goes up in the air or explodes, it's dangerous and illegal. But some communities permit a limited variety of fireworks that have been approved and tested by the state fire marshal. Check with your local police or fire department to see if they're allowed where you live.
Would be so cool to get fireworks that'll go up like that.
We can't get the kind that go up like that anyway.
Hey, what if I know where to get them?
Come on, play.
I won.
You don't have to win all the time, Danny. You won before.
I won.
We'll do it in my yard after everyone's at the show in the park.
You didn't win.
Shh. Are you sure no one will know?
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry.
I want to go too.
No way.
Yeah, maybe about 4 or 5 years.
Come on, guys. I can help carry stuff.
Not the stuff we're getting. See you later.
I always win.
Sometimes you're no fun.
I know where there's a lot of fun. Let's follow them.
Where?
If we knew where, it wouldn't be fun. Or don't you have the guts?
I'm not chicken. Stinks over here.
Shh. Can you see what they're doing?
The guy put something through the window. Uh-oh. You know Three Finger Steve?
The guy at the gas station only has part of a hand.
He was holding an M80 and it exploded.
He blew off his fingers.
That's how he got his name. Wait, he's giving the M80 back.
He's taking a bottle rocket. Go, go, go!
Hey, look! Wow, what do you think it is?
M80.
I don't know. I want to keep my hands.
It's not gonna happen to us. Let's show the kids at the playground.
I'll give you this cat for the cow.
Wanna see what we got?
We're busy. What is it? It's a bug or dead thing. I don't want to see it. What is it, Carl? Well,
We can't show you here.
We could go behind the tree.
You don't really have to see it.
I want to. Come on, Lisa. We can finish this later. But if it's yucky, not looking next time.
What is it?
You'll see.
We found it on the ground. It would go off if someone lit it. Hey, wait a minute. Steve lost half of his hand, and he's big. It could really hurt us.
Don't tell me I don't know what to do.
I want it.
Do you know what that was?
Fireworks.
No, that's an M80. People sometimes call them fireworks, but they're not. They're dangerous and illegal explosives.
It was gonna blow up on me?
Yes, it was.
I don't know.
You were just showing off. That's what.
I wasn't trying to hurt anyone.
I believe you. But illegal fireworks do hurt people. M80s, firecrackers, bottle rockets, and other illegal fireworks are dangerous. If a bottle rocket lands on a wooden roof, it starts a fire. People have lost their homes that way. People I know.
Bottle rocket? Isn't that what TJ had?
Yeah, he was holding one. My brother, he's in my yard and
There's a lot of bushes back there.
he's gonna set off a bottle rocket.
Let's go.
Don't do it!
Sounds like your little brother.
Forget it, he follows me around.
Don't do it! It's gonna light on your house. Please don't!
I didn't throw it on the roof. I didn't. All of a sudden, the wind.
I know. But we made a good team though, didn't we? We saved our house together.
Yeah, big guy, you're a winner.
If I ever even see an M80 or a bottle rocket,
Or firecrackers.
I'm not getting near them. I'm either going to one of the big shows.
Or maybe next year, one of our families will get those state-approved kind. The kind you were talking about.
Be sure to check first and see if they're permitted here. Have a safe holiday.
That's cool.
You're watching Sleepcore. Pleasant dreams.
Somerville Community Partnership presents
10 steps to help your child be alcohol and drug free.
10.
Know what to do when you suspect a problem.
9.
Team up with other parents.
8.
Encourage healthy, creative activities.
7.
Make family rules.
6.
Help your kids deal with peer pressure.
5.
Be a good role model and example.
4.
Help your child develop strong values.
3.
Help your child feel good about himself or herself.
2.
Learn to really listen to your child.
1.
Parents, remember to talk with your child about alcohol and other drugs.
We're having fun.
But take it seriously.
There's a lot you can do to help your child stay alcohol and drugs free.
For more information, call Somerville Community Partnership at
623-7370.
Gateway drugs are simply the first drugs most people experiment with. Tobacco, alcohol, and marijuana are the 3 gateway drugs. Many of us have a tolerant view of kids using them. We just don't realize that early occasional use can lead to behavioral, emotional, or drug abuse problems. Clearly, Most people who use tobacco, alcohol, or marijuana don't end up an alcohol or drug abuser. But we do know that every addict began their cycle of abuse with the use of one, two, or all three. And oftentimes they had learned about them at home.
Would you get Daddy a cold one, please?
Kids learn about gateway drugs by watching and becoming involved in their parents' use of them. We must examine our own habits and realize we are role models for our children. So how do we start solving this drug puzzle? Step 1. Don't deny the problem exists. Learn the 4 basic phases of addiction. And remember that early use of gateway drugs may lead to serious alcohol and drug problems. Step 2. Learn about drugs. What if you found an odd-looking pipe? Would you know it was drug paraphernalia or just think it was some silly-looking thing your child had collected? Helping kids means learning about the drug culture, knowing what drugs look like, and how they're used.
Oh, I'm sure a few kids drink a little. I know I did. Can't be serious. Kid stuff.
Truth. Alcohol is by far the drug most often used by our children. By age 11, over 50% have tried alcohol at least once. By age 16, nearly 2 out of 3 have been intoxicated.
Our kids' drug of choice is not some potent powder smuggled by international criminals halfway around the world. It's plain old, available in every supermarket, alcohol. We all know what alcohol looks and tastes like, but because it's so common, we forget that it is a very powerful drug. Alone or combined with prescription pills or other drugs, alcohol can be lethal. So lethal, in fact, that alcohol-related traffic accidents are the #1 cause of death among our teenagers.
I know that a few kids smoke marijuana once in a while, but it's harmless. How big of a problem can it really be?
Truth. Over 60,000 California junior high and high school students are estimated to smoke marijuana every day of their lives.
All right, I'll see you on Thursday. See you.
Marijuana is our children's second most popular drug. Commonly called weed, grass, or smoke, it is the leaves and flowers of a plant easily grown in many parts of the U.S. and the world. Marijuana is often sold and stored in small plastic bags. It is usually smoked in hand-rolled cigarettes or pipes and has a strong, pungent odor. Paraphernalia for its use includes unusual-looking pipes, water-filled pipes called bongs, cigarette papers, and roach clips used for holding the ends while smoking. Hashish, or hash, is an extract of marijuana and usually seen as a brown gummy substance. Because it is much more potent, hashish is sold and used in smaller quantities. It is most often smoked in small, bold pipes.
Cocaine? I suppose you could say it's dangerous, but it's not really addictive.
Truth. Doctors, law enforcement, and drug counselors all agree cocaine is one of the most dangerous and addictive drugs available.
After alcohol and marijuana, the most widely abused drug among our kids is cocaine. Commonly called coke, blow, rock, or crack, cocaine is having a disastrous effect on our society. Derived from the South American coca plant, this drug is seen in many forms, all of them extremely addictive. The traditional form of cocaine is a white powder. It is often sold in small foil or paper packets. Small mirrors or other hard, smooth surfaces and razor blades are paraphernalia often associated with its use. Usually inhaled through the nose with a short straw or rolled up dollar bill. Cocaine can also be injected into the veins. Rock, or crack, is a recently developed and more dangerous form of cocaine. It's sold in small squares or rocks and is much cheaper to buy than the powdered form. It is ingested by smoking in a pipe. Crack has quickly become a major problem for law enforcement in our communities because it's low in price, readily available, and highly, highly addictive.
Hey, look, I'm not a really good student, you know. I mean, I have to stay up late a lot of nights. So what's it hurt if I take a little something to keep awake? It's just the same as a cup of coffee.
Truth. Methamphetamines and other uppers are highly addictive and dangerous drugs. Prolonged use causes severe emotional and physical problems.
Methamphetamines and amphetamines are also very popular stimulants with our kids. Commonly referred to as uppers, speed, crank, or meth. They can be swallowed or injected. Because these drugs are often produced in illegal backyard labs, they can be dangerously impure. Although receiving less publicity than newer or more fashionable drugs, heroin continues to be a major problem in this country. Not only is it extremely dangerous, but as with cocaine, addicts often resort to crimes like burglary, armed robbery, or prostitution to support their habits. Sometimes called black tar, China white, or Mexican brown, heroin is a powder derived from a certain variety of poppy. It may range in color from white to dark brown, but is most often seen in is an odorless and colorless chemically manufactured drug that greatly distorts perception and reality. Because it is so potent, the dosage needed is incredibly small. A microscopic drop can be put on paper, small gelatin squares, or any other absorbent material. Basically, anything that can be swallowed can be used as a carrier for LSD. You've seen the most common drugs our children are exposed to. Remember them. But more than that, understand the symptoms that accompany their use. Along with behavioral and emotional symptoms, there are physical changes that accompany drug and alcohol problems. Of course, we all would recognize obvious ones like slurred speech or bloodshot eyes. But be alert to other symptoms. Does your child have memory lapses or difficulty in concentrating? Has your kid suddenly changed sleep patterns, getting more or less sleep than usual? Have you noticed poor physical coordination, a dramatic shift in your child's energy, or just a plain unhealthy appearance? Drugs or alcohol may be the reason.
One of the problems, though, as parents sometimes we ignore is that involvement in drug and alcohol. We ignore that in our children sometimes because we are afraid or ashamed to admit that they're doing something illegal, that they're involved with an illegal substance. And as a result, we're afraid to communicate with our children. We're afraid to ask them questions or give them information because it might be the wrong information. So as parents, what we need to do is become informed.
Certain behavioral changes may indicate a problem. Changes like being secretive or more hostile towards you. Changing friends and not discussing their activities. These can be signposts. Loss of energy and motivation. Trouble with school authorities or the police and loss of interest in family activities are strong indicators of potential drug or alcohol problems. Be alert to your child suddenly having more money, and you found interest in the drug culture or a hostility about discussing the subject at all. Basically, just pay attention to your kids. Their behavior should tell you if there is a problem.
A parent ought to know if a kid's not eating right. That's a sign of speed, because I didn't eat when I was on speed. I didn't want to have anything to do with food. Plus, real airheaded, real ignorant, sleeping a lot. I used to sleep all the time. Argumentative, always, everything you say, there has to be a little argument to it. Or you talk a lot. Either it's real isolated or you talk a lot. Like if you're on speed, you're going to be rapping away and you're not going to touch food. Those are the things I did when I was on speed.
Next to home, school is the best place to observe children, to detect if they're having drug or alcohol problems. As an educator, over the years I've come to recognize that some students do have problems, and that some of those problems are drug and/or alcohol related.
You're watching Sleepcore, media for insomnia.
like to get a pack of lights, please.
May I see your ID?
Sure. Thanks, it'll be $1.75.
RG Reynolds doesn't want kids to smoke cigarettes, and we have a number of programs in place to help keep kids from smoking cigarettes. Right Decisions Right Now is an in-school program that reaches 3.5 million kids in 10,000 schools across the country. It's helping kids resist peer pressure, and it's helping them make right decisions about lifestyle choices.
This program and the way it's set up gets the children's attention. They look at the posters, they relate to the posters, they talk about the situations, and then you can tell them what they need to know. But you have to get their attention first.
The use of the Support the Law program by the retailers makes our job much, much easier. We feel as though that the violation of that law will be greatly diminished, the complaints that we receive will be reduced, and the number of people purchasing these tobacco products will be greatly reduced also.
Agree on everything that kids should do, but there's one thing we all can agree on. Kids shouldn't smoke, and it's our responsibility to make that a reality.
I think the Support the Law materials are very clear and very concise. They state very clearly that kids shouldn't smoke. And I think that they will help merchants make the decision to sign the pledge that we give them and to abide by the laws that exist in their local communities and local states.
Beware! Coffee is a lot more addictive than it looks. If you aren't careful, you'll find that without a cup of Java in the morning, you develop a splitting headache, and severe addiction may even lead to inability to move one's bowels when caffeine intake is reduced. Coffee. If you use it wisely. Don't develop a coffee habit.
You need is you.
Yo, listen up, kids. My name is Gus, and I'm here to tell you about the school bus. When you're walking to your stop in the morning time, look out for cars and be on time. Stay off the street, away from the curb, follow safety rules. Don't be a nerd.
Walk, wait, board, ride, all these things to stay alive. Be alert and follow the rules. We want you going safely to school.
When you're waiting at the curb as the bus pulls up, look for the route number, then the door will open up. Board the bus safely. Don't goof around. Find an empty seat. Don't stand, sit down.
Walk, wait, board, ride, all these things to stay alive. Be alert and follow the rules. We want you going safely to school.
When you're riding through the city or on the freeway, use good behavior each and every day. Traffic congestion, visibility. Behave yourself so the driver can't see.
Walk, wait, board, ride, all these things to stay alive. Be alert and follow the rules. We want you going safely to school.
When you get to school and deboard the bus, go right to the sidewalk. Don't make a fuss. All right, kids, this has been Gus. Now tell me what's safe for a ride on my bus.
Walk, wait, board, ride. These are what we'll do to stay alive. We'll follow the rules and we'll be cool, because we know how to get safely to school.
we get to school?
The bus.
Then you all know what that song we just heard was all about, right?
Right.
Well, tell me, why is safety important in the first place?
Safety means listening and paying attention to rules. Safety also means thinking before you do something.
And doing those things carefully.
Right, because we don't want anything bad to happen to us. We don't want anyone to get hurt. The song we just heard tells us what we have to do to ride the bus safely. And what was that first point?
Safe waiting.
No safe riding.
Let's listen to the beginning again.
Yo, listen up, kids. My name is Gus, and I'm here to tell you about the school bus. When you're walking to your stop in the morning time, look out for cars and be on time. Stay off the street, away from the curb. Follow safety rules. Don't be a nerd.
What's the first safety point?
Safe walking.
And how do we walk safely? Don't know?
There's a route to be followed from your home to your bus stop. Remember, look at all corners and cars before crossing the street.
And watch the approaching cars so you'll know when you can cross safely. Always be on time for the bus, but if you're late, don't hurry. Be sure to follow the safe walking rules so you don't get hurt. But you're going to trip and fall. This is the way you should walk safely.
That's fine. Grant, could you please come up and put the safe walking sign on the first window of the bus? Okay, we walked safely to the bus, but what's next? Let's listen and see if you can tell me.
When you're waiting at the curb as the bus pulls up, look for the route number, then the door will open up. Board the bus safely. Don't goof around. Find an empty seat. Don't stand. Sit down.
What do we do next?
Safe waiting.
Absolutely. And just how do we wait safely? Let's start with you, Akeisha.
Be courteous to everyone waiting with you and respect everyone's property. Don't take anything from anyone or play foolishly while you're waiting. And stay out of the street. If you're not paying attention, you could slip and get in the way of traffic. We should always be aware of the cars and trucks that pass by while we wait. And when the bus pulls up, everyone should form a line a safe distance from the curb and wait until it's your turn to board the bus.
Great, you guys are really paying attention. Nakia, could you please come up here and put the safe waiting sign on the bus? And now before we continue, I want to show you something very important. The school bus danger zones. These danger zones are very important because these are the places where most accidents happen. You must be very careful near these spots because it can be tough for the bus driver and for other motorists to see you. Now, the most dangerous areas around the school bus safety zone are the area closest at the rear of the bus, closest to the curb, and also at the front of the bus. Remember, if you can't see the bus driver, then the bus driver can't see you.